All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. Today, I want to talk about Marathon Digital Holdings, stock ticker MARA. Marathon has been very, very difficult to get a read on, and I know the general retail investor is very down on Marathon, and I don't blame them. I'm going to go through their monthly report. They just did their monthly update for the month of May, and this continues to be a company that promises far more than any other Bitcoin mining company, but seems to deliver less every month. So I want to look at that objectively and try and figure out what is the potential for this company and where are they going. So if you're watching this video right now, there's more than a 50% chance that you are not a subscriber. So if you enjoy Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners and that type of content, then please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Also, if everybody would smash the like button, that helps this get out to more people. And lastly, in the pinned comment, you'll see a link to our free Discord. So we talk about Bitcoin and the miners in the majority over there, but we do talk about other investing things. So we would love to have you over there. Let's talk about Marathon. This one is very, very tricky. So I'm going to try to be objective and just look at the facts. Okay, so this is a 5-page press release they just put out. Marathon Digital Holdings announces Bitcoin production and mining operations update for May of 2022. So their headline is total Bitcoin holdings increased to 9,941 Bitcoin in May as the number of miners installed and ready for energization increased to 19,000 miners or 1.9 exahash. They go into that in more detail later, so we'll discuss that more. Management commentary. Okay, so they start out by saying, although we continue to install miners at the Texas facilities, we have experienced delays in the energization as Compute North's energy provider awaits federal agency confirmation of its exempt status for a tax purposes based upon its arrangement with Compute North. And this was from Fred Thiel, Marathon's CEO. While these delays have been disappointing, our current understanding is that the miners should start to come online this month. We continue to work closely and actively engage with Compute North to gain more insight into the energy provider's timeline and to ensure that these delays, once resolved, will not impact our future deployments. So I will tell you, without revisiting every single one of their monthly operational updates, this first paragraph pretty much summarizes Marathon over the course of the last 7 or 8 months. It's basically a paragraph about how they did not do what they thought they were going to do, and here's the reasons why, but in the future, we think we are going to do what we think we're going to do. And you're going to see when we get to the results, the May results were quite shocking. This was their worst month yet, in my opinion. In the meantime, installations of our miners have progressed irrespective of the energization schedule. Currently, in addition to our active fleet, we now have 19,000 miners representing approximately 1.9 exahash that have been installed and are ready for energization. So we all know they have these machines, and they have a lot more than 19,000 on hand in warehouses. I think they have somewhere on the order of 70 or 80,000 of these machines not yet plugged in, if you will. 19,000 of these have been set up and staged, and they're ready to be turned on. They just don't have the energy squared away yet. So if that is true, then if they can fix that problem, they're going to add 1.9 exahash immediately to their equation. However, again, we're about 7 months into this company having a very poor track record of doing what they say. And that is not my opinion. That's just objectively reading their estimates versus their actuals. And I'm going to dig into a little bit of that. They're just way, way off their plan. Nobody is further off of their plan than Marathon is. However, I will say that they continue to say that by January of 2023, so sometime about 6 months from now, they'll be 100% back on schedule and everything will be operational, and they will in fact be the largest Bitcoin mining company in North America by far. Okay, they then go on to say these energization delays in Texas, coupled with ongoing maintenance issues at the power generation station in Hardin, negatively impacted our Bitcoin production last month. In May, maintenance issues at the power generation station in Montana caused us to produce approximately 47% less Bitcoin than what would have been expected based on the network's hash rate during the month. So not only are they not getting their new machines set up, but in addition to that, the machines that they do have are running at 47% less efficient than they should be. So this seems to be one thing after another, month after month, and the performance is getting worse and worse. Based on May's mining results, there are 6 other companies now that have passed them in the amount of Bitcoin that they mine per month. And at one point, they were the #1 producer of Bitcoin per month. month. So they've gone from first place to 7th place, and until they can switch their momentum, I don't see that changing. However, I will read to you that they do see that changing, so we'll get to that. However, we believe that our production results will improve over time as we move forward with our deployment plan and energize our miners installed in Texas. We remain confident that Marathon is well positioned to achieve its performance goals, and we will continue to provide updates as they materialize. We have a strong foundation from which to build. We have a solid pipeline of potential hosting and power arrangements that exceeds our needs and allows us to diversify our operations as we have a strong balance sheet to support our growth plans. We look forward to continuing to execute on the strategy of achieving carbon neutrality by the end of the year and growing to 23.3 exahash in early 2023. So they've already purchase ordered 23.3 exahash worth of machines. That was done. They bought their last machines in December. So that was over 6 months ago. It's really been that period of time that execution has fallen short of what they have promised in their monthly updates. Let's talk about their May highlights. Highlights as of June 1st, 2022. Current operating mining fleet consists of 36,830 active miners producing approximately 3.9 exahash. So this is where they really have a problem. Remember, they said they were 47% less efficient than they should have been. Bitfarms and Hive mined Bitcoin or Bitcoin equivalents well into the 400s with much less exahash. And you're going to see here the next sentence, Marathon produced 268 self-mined Bitcoin during the month of May. So they say that was lower than expected due to ongoing maintenance and downtime at the power plant in Hardin. These issues, which include problems between the induced draft and forced draft fans, the buildup of particulate matter that requires cleaning, and the GSU transformer testing, in aggregate reduced Marathon's potential Bitcoin production by approximately 47% during the month. So I will say these things are all part of normal operating procedures, right? The buildup of particulates, every Bitcoin miner deals with that. And, many other businesses outside of the Bitcoin mining world have to deal with these types of issues. These are maintenance issues. So they're not increasing their exahash at all anywhere near where they're talking about. And on the other side, the exahash that they do have active isn't mining the Bitcoin that it should be anymore. This was one of their worst months in the last year. Okay, so further down in this press release, they show this graph right here. So you're going to see 267.6 Bitcoin mined in the month of May. That is less than the 299 in April, and April was a disaster. They were mining back in December. They were mining 484 Bitcoin a month. They had much less of a hash rate back then. And the network difficulty was a little bit less, but by no means does it account for the drastic reduction in Bitcoin that were mined. And Marathon, as much as told you so, basically they had massive maintenance issues, cutting in half their potential Bitcoin mining. This is not the first time this happened. You'll see last November, they had massive issues where they went from mining 417 Bitcoin in October down to 196 in November. So this is an ongoing theme with Marathon. Marathon was neck and neck with Riot in the amount of hash rate they had active and the amount of Bitcoin that they mined for many months in a row. But for the last 6 months, they've continued to get further and further apart. And in addition to that, Hut 8, Hive, Bitfarms, CleanSpark have all passed Marathon in the amount of Bitcoin that they're mining per month. And some of those companies have half the hash rate that Marathon has. Okay, then they say, as previously announced, Marathon plans to transition out of Hardin to more sustainable sources of power during the third quarter of 2022. Cash on hand was approximately $59 million. And total liquidity, now defined as unrestricted cash and available credit facilities, was approximately $86 million. That is their lowest liquidity number by far in a long time. So they do have a little bit of a cash issue as well. However, they have access to an at-the-market shelf offering that still has, I think, about $600 million left open on it. Now, at their current stock prices, this is not ideal at all for them to be raising money that way. However, they already have about $750 million in convertible debt, and you can see their liquidity is running low. They have a lot of equipment left to buy, and they've got a lot of infrastructure left to finish. So I do think there's going to be a lot of dilution in this stock over the next several months. They just don't see any other way that they can get there. That's what I see looking at the financials. Please, you guys do your own due diligence and let me know if I'm wrong and I'm missing something. But it looks to me like they're going to have to dig into that shelf offering in order to get where they're going. This was an update that they gave us in December. So that was 6 months ago. So in December, they showed us this chart in their monthly operational update, and they basically said they were at 3.2 exahash as of November 30th, so that was actual. They were expecting to go to 4 exahash in December, and by March 31st, they were expecting to be over 10 exahash. Well, it is now June, and they are not yet at 4 exahash, so they are drastically off this plan. So this is what I'm talking about. Unfortunately, they continue to delay and delay and delay. So having said that, here's their new plan as of this monthly update. Based on construction schedules, Compute North has informed Marathon that miners are expected to be installed at the facility as follows. June 2022, that's this month, 19,000 miners. So those are the 19,000 they've been talking about. July, 21,000 miners, and August, 28,000 miners. So that's almost 70,000 miners they hope to plug in the next 3 months. They've got 90 days to prove this. If they can do that, then that will completely change the narrative on this company. And investors who have, by and large, have lost all faith in this company and in management, obviously, I think would have to take a second look and change their mind if they get 67,000 machines plugged in and increase themselves to over 10 exahash in a 90-day period. The other thing we would need to see is that the machines are actually efficiently running, because right now they're at 3.9 exahash, but they're running at extremely low efficiency, the lowest out of all the publicly traded Bitcoin miners. So if they can get these up and running and start running them efficiently, you know, if we see them mine 1,500 Bitcoin in the month of August, I think everybody's going to look at this company a lot differently. However, I can't make a judgment as to whether or not that's going to happen. This is what they say they're going to do, but as we compare in the past what they say they're going to do versus what they're going to do, so far they have been falling short for the last 6 months. So really, this is the entire story. They either do this or they don't do this. If we have 3 more months of, well, we didn't get this done, but we got a new plan and this is going to happen. You know, with each passing month, investors are losing more and more faith in this company, and it's driving the price of the stock down further and further. And like I said, in my opinion, I think that they are going to need to access their at-the-market shelf offering. So the lower the stock goes, the more harmful that is to the company. In other words, the more the current share owner's stock gets diluted. So I'm not management. I don't know exactly what their plan is. So all I can do is look at their information and try and see what makes sense. Obviously, I have to say this is not financial advice. I don't know the future. I can't tell you whether they will succeed or won't succeed. So that's going to be up to you guys to do your due diligence and figure out what your opinion is on, essentially, on management's projections here, because that really is going to be the difference between success and failure. Real quickly, I want to show you that this company is now trading at $7.56. That's a market cap of $789 million. This is the lowest market cap they've had. They had a higher market cap than this back when they were at 1/2 of an exahash, mining 40 or 50 Bitcoin a month. So this market cap has been decimated. It's down about 90% off of its highs, and I'm going to go to the chart and show you that. So this is Marathon on the 1-week time frame. This shows that basically off of their highs in November 8th, the day before Bitcoin hit its all-time high. So that was just 6 months ago. Marathon is down 91% in their stock price. Now, some of that is due to issuing more stock, but their actual market cap is down very close to 90% as well. So this is a dramatic sell-off in this company, and I think it's for the reasons that we've talked about in this video. So again, I don't know how to judge this company. You guys are going to have to decide for yourself. Are they about to turn this around? Because according to their recent press release, 3 months from now, they're going to be the biggest company out there. But as it stands right now, in the month of May, they were in 7th place. So having spent $1 billion on equipment, they do not belong in 7th place, right? They've got to get themselves back to 1st place for their stock to make sense. And just to show you, in the first 10 days of June here, they are down 30%. So this company continues to fall. They seem to have found a little bit of footing back. They bottomed out on May 12th when all of the Bitcoin miners bottomed out. They seem to find a little bit of footing at around $8.80. However, they have now broken out below that, and they are once again hitting a series of lower lows. So this is their new 52-week low today. Yesterday was their 52-week low. The day before that was their 52-week low. So you can see the direction that this is moving in. So if sometime over the next 90 days, these guys do what they say they're going to do, if they just get back to the price that they were trading at just 1 month ago on May 4th, that would be a 135% increase in the price of this stock. Now, if Marathon gets 67,000 machines plugged in, and they are up and operating those machines, and they are mining over 1,000 Bitcoin a month, I expect that they would exceed this. So this is the massive risk reward analysis. If they do what they say they're going to do, the potential upside is massive. However, if they continue to delay, the stock is probably going to continue to fall and hit new 52-week lows, right? It's unlikely that today is the bottom. Those are my thoughts on Marathon. I guess they've got, 90 days to try and show us what they can do. And unfortunately, we've been saying that for the last 180 days. So at some point, they need to turn this thing around because their stock is down 91%. That is a drastic move to the downside. So obviously, this one is a very dangerous stock. Please do your own due diligence. This is not financial advice. This stock is setting 52-week low after 52-week low. So please be careful. That's what I got for you on Marathon. Thanks so much for watching. And if you made it this far, remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.